for the women, they wanted to have a much better year than they did the year before, and they almost took it upon themselves more than anything of just being more hungry and making better decisions outside the pool, making better decisions with their diets, making better decisions on time management so they can recover. And I think as a group, they collectively were able to 100% compete for the team and not for themselves. And I think the women really took that step last year, and they wanted to make a mark. I think the guys were almost put in a position where, obviously the year before that they had won the conference and they were top 10 in NCAAs, and I think they potentially could have been lost, but I think the schedule we created for them, having Stanford and Cal back-to-back days on the West Coast, having Texas 8 days later, it forced them to deal with adversity right out of the gate of our season, and I think that set the tone for them to have such a big year. Those guys, I told every one of them they wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for their teammates either. I think the entire team embraced in them making their Olympic teams, and I think it shows the community, the state, the country, even in countries across the world, that we are advancing in so many different ways, and it needs to start at the Olympics.
To watch Ryan with the rest of the U.S. relay team win gold was, it was exciting. I think it's the pinnacle of all swimming for all swimmers of all different ages here in the U.S. as well as worldwide. To just make the Olympic team, let alone win a gold medal. I know he was excited. He performed really well. We were really excited for him, and the best part about it is he's even more driven now to advance that on an international level and make some teams as an individual as well as on relays, in addition to relays, and and achieve more goals in 2020. Hopefully, making it individually in the challenging for individual spots in the 50 freestyle, 100 freestyle, and hopefully podium spots as well.
I think this year, while we only graduated a couple on each side, Kristen Connors was someone who performed and scored points for us in ACCs, and obviously Shelly was a little bit of a one-hit wonder, coming in for 6 months and doing a fantastic job for us. Those are some big people to replace, but I think Jessica and Brooke Rubendahl this year, Jessica Horamansky and Brooke Rubendahl, some incoming freshmen that already show the ability to score in 2 and 3 events at the conference level. I think they'll be big for us. They're not only depth people, but they're girls that we need to perform immediately, or need to have perform immediately. And then on the men's side, you lose some great performers, an NCAA All-American, an NCAA qualifier who brought a lot of leadership. So we're going to need some of our older guys, Adam Linker, Anton, Matt O'Donnell, Alex Hamilton, the guys that have been here, done that, to step up and fill the roles, fill that leadership role. And then we need guys like Luca and Jack and Danny to come in and perform for us immediately.
We lost some girls in the strokes. Ashlyn Koletic, who was a big fly backstroke contributor for us, Yuri Nakano in the strokes. We're gonna have a tough time replacing them, but again, it's kind of the goal that we want. We never want to be rebuilding; it's just reloading, and we have girls here that are able to do that. We have some newcomers in backstroke. Elise Hahn is a sophomore coming in as a transfer. Mackenzie Glover, freshman, coming in. Those are 2 high caliber girls coming out that can contribute right away. We have some young girls in breaststroke that we didn't graduate a whole lot in breaststroke, so we're going to miss Peyton Schrum in that area, but now we bring in a couple of girls to hopefully to keep breaststroke improving. And for the guys, someone that I'm really excited for to see how he progresses is Coleman Stewart in the backstroke and the butterflies. Breaststroke, we should be stronger in breaststroke. We have a lot of young guys. Derek Rynn's going to be a senior this year, so he's got 1 more year, but we had Zach Warner, who's a transfer, coming in, and he's got a lot of speed in breaststroke. So we're going to be good. It just depends on how quickly these guys want to contribute big points for us. It's going to be up to them.
Needless to say, Simonis Billis graduating, Ricky Bonema, and Ashton Koletic, seniors last year were big parts of our success from the sprint perspective. So losing them, you're not going to replace those. You're not, in 1 year, there's no way to replace those types of athletes. The hope is that you're returning people like Ryan Held, Joe Bonk, guys like that, as well as girls, Natalie Labange, Lotta Nevalainen, Krista Duffield, Courtney Caldwell, girls like that are going to elevate a little bit and continue to improve to try to soften the blow of graduating the people that we graduated last year. And then the newcomers, Kylie Perry, Vasiliki Vaca, on the guys' side, Martin McLaughlin and Tyler Rice. The goal is that they have some breakout years as freshmen and again help soften the blow of those graduations that we've had. And we've been fortunate over the last few years that we've had great seniors. We've had big losses each year in the sprint program. David Williams, different people like that over the years that we've always been able to come back and improve and be better the next year without them. So, people just step up and take their roles, and it's just been a good process year after year to where we're able to, even after major graduations year after year, we've had people step up each year to make the team even better the following year.
Well, I think our upperclassmen play a big role. With the freshmen and transfers coming in, they have a sense of pride now. They all know that no one person is more important than the team. They've kind of gotten a good streak of success going in the ACC, and they want to keep it going. And they know the freshmen are a pretty big part of that, so they need to help them adjust. I always talk with the team, no matter what happens, your role should change every year just based on graduation. So whether it's a bigger role or a smaller role, that role needs to grow based on what you're able to contribute each and every year. And you're forced to be in the position where you have to be better, unless something crazy happens and these freshmen all of a sudden mold into what a senior is going to provide. Our upperclassmen that are sophomores, juniors, and seniors have to step up this year. First and foremost because of graduation and us losing guys, but because they're ready to.
I think there's a good mix of people that can help us at the conference and the NCAA level, who have kind of been here, done that, and set the tone for these incoming freshmen. I mean, we're going to need our sophomore class to step up this year as well too, and really perform there. But they have the capability to do that. So I'm excited about. We've got some fresh young faces, and we've got some returners who bring a lot of. Who bring some really positive characteristics, and I think they bring kind of a maturation level to them that's going to really help our younger kids coming in.
We pride ourselves on developing athletes and developing them every year, and it obviously gets more and more difficult the faster they get. But we really pinpoint several different things each year that they need to develop and work on and improve their strengths as much as they can, but definitely work on their weaknesses even more. And the guys and the girls have been very good at being in tune with the things that they need to improve each year and have focused on them in the pool and outside the pool. That goes for the training we're doing in the water, the weight room, the dry land, their nutrition, their recovery. They're very in tune and with things that they need to do, and they're disciplined and driven to continue to improve and get better. If you looked at our record board over the last 5 years, most of our records are from 2016, and the hope is after this year, most of our records will be from 2017. That means we're continuing to improve and get better every year.